And welcome back, back when we left off last time in Terra Invicta.
Where to?
Where in some ways things are going well, some ways things are not going well. We're having a little bit of problems trying to keep all our stations up. The aliens, well, I've not necessarily been the most judicious in not attacking things, so the aliens are kind of getting their way. Kind of getting pissed off and then having their way with us.
I'll ensure their loyalty.
Standing by.
But otherwise, a lot of things have been going reasonably well. We do need a lot more volatiles, which is one reason I'm not necessarily being a little bit more aggressive in space, because we're having a volatile issue in space. Not quite enough volatiles for everything I want to do.
Investigating target.
At your service.
What do I want to do with this guy? What do we know about? We can establish contact with the...
We'll open a
Exodus.
channel.
Let's see if we can. See if they have anything interesting for trade.
I believe they'll stay loyal to the cause.
Reaching out.
If you wish to spend your days squabbling over resources, so be it.
You know, these guys are just open to the non-aggression pact. I'm good with the non-aggression pact. Here, have a non-aggression pact. Back. Go ahead and say hi to them again next turn if they're still
Lend in my expertise.
findable.
Offering counsel. Person of interest surveilled.
Found a humanity press counselor, so we can go say hi to them on the next turn.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
And we'll prove our opinion in Japan a bit. So, another alien base for us to go raid. And a meal after.
Where do you need
Okay.
me?
So, meal, you're gonna go raid that base.
We're going in.
Ready for my mission.
You're gonna go establish contact. That humanity first guy you found.
Reaching out.
I think that's what we're gonna do. Look, benefactors coming up. 2 more council actions. And then behind that will be some more low-weight radiator techs. Help us keep the fuel efficiency up. Close to getting transformophages done. Which is, got behind it a tech. Rapid distillation techniques is a tech for raising volatile production from mines. That'll be good. Because we actually have quite a bit of volatile production, it's just
Chase your wordless
a lot of it's also
gold
being
if you
spent
must.
on maintaining things.
Meanwhile, we will save the world.
They're open to generous trade on just simply non-aggression pact for non-aggression pact, so I'm on board with that. I'm also tempted to give these guys... At some point we're going to have to fight these guys, but in the meantime, well, I say sometime, very, 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 very long down the road we're going to have to fight them. Because we're a faction that ends up going to war with everyone eventually. But in the short term, we kind of want them to go fight the aliens for us, to try to provide some distraction. So I'm tempted to give them things that will help them get into conflict with the aliens. Especially if I can get a trade for something else that's useful. Like, could I do that trade? Not quite. So I don't mind giving them some mid-game engines so they can get to the enemy faster. That doesn't bother me. Probably they need a power plant for that, so we'll give them the power plant that goes with that. Nope, that's not enough by itself. I don't give them the missiles here. Not that the missiles would be stoppable. So I was going to try to throw money at them. Ooh, okay, so they want a lot of money for going the money route. But that would be a fair trade, and I might actually just give them the fair trade. Fair trade will be fine. And we'll do the repeat mission so we can get
Making contact.
more opinion with
If
them.
you wish to spend your days squabbling over
Oh, and
resources,
these guys are
so
open
be
for
it.
intelligence sharing. I'm actually down for that. What tech do you have? Are you willing to trade me anything useful? Advanced prospecting surveys. Sure. I'm obviously gonna have to give them something for that. I'll probably give them the same sort of deal I just gave the initiative, or not the gave Humanity First, which is engines and a bunch of money. Oh, I don't maybe don't need to give them as much money. There we go. Yep, we'll see if there's anything we cycle
Offering
again. We can
support.
improve their relations with them.
Offering assistance.
I'm assuming to some degree that because I've had the Snoz beaten out of me, I'm not particularly threatening right now, so they're willing to do diplomacy with me.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
I was born with 2
So
club
there's our
feet.
transform
For
phages.
this reason, playground games were impossible.
Now we get into slightly more complicated things I might want to go to. So genies, what we need for our councils to live longer. Yeah, and it's one of the treasurers said, generous trades you give them, the more likely they are willing to do trades in the future. Yeah. So what I think, once you hit the point where it's saying a generous trade, that means that trade is going to raise their opinion of you the most that it will let them be raised by a single trade. And obviously, you do that back to back to back, you can raise their opinion quite a bit. I suppose laser engine is something we're going to go for. Before I get too distracted, let's look at the tech tree. Right now we've got just regular laser cannons. What we probably want to find is phasers. It's phasers is next. So I think the ARC are the endgame ones. It's phasers before those, or is it the other way around? Might be. Oh, yeah, it might be the other way around. Yeah, arc then phaser. Okay, so we want to try getting to arc lasers next. Arc lasers are going to require supercapacitors. Okay, so supercapacitors probably what we should research. Oh, I thought you're saying that UV arcs don't take purple goo, whereas green phasers do. So I know standard arc phaser is rate of fire increase, whereas infrared green UV is damage increase. I didn't know that UV arcs don't take purple goo. I thought all the arcs took Xeno, or took the exotics. But yeah, I'm pretty sure all the phasers, all the last tiers take it. Okay, well I don't have UV either. We've only got green, so I think for the moment we're gonna try to get to green arcs. We'll see if we get UV after that, or if we go for coil guns or something.
Score 1 for the good guys.
There we go, getting some more exotics. Probably pissing the aliens off more, but getting some more exotics in the meantime. Yeah, I have a feeling we're about to lose a couple bases. And I suppose that's one reason me and the Twitch chat have been having comments back and forth about having what's the best tech. I believe your layered defenses and point defenses and stuff like that on space stations mount the best weapon you have researched. So if you do have like UV arc, I do believe it does get the UV arc as well. Oh, and he's also bringing up, I should probably put a pip in here to get a better chance of getting ultraviolet combat lasers. I didn't realize they were actively researching them, so we'll speed that up a little bit. Put 2 and 2 together.
At your service. I'll speak with them.
Okay, so that'll be like September and October. December. So in December we'll have United North America, and we'll be able to try to start the process of merging United States and Canada into one. Lucky benefactors will be good.
I think we had a
I'm getting comments from Twitch chat, so they're basically bringing up like, yeah, on the point defense, I believe space point defense you get the best physical battery and the best laser battery. Ground defense you get 2 of the best physical, I believe.
Making contact.
And then yeah, there's no way to put
Station
missiles or
word
torpedoes
is
on the
bust.
stations.
Meanwhile, we will save the world.
Which I suppose is fine. Okay, so these guys are not super... We don't get information sharing with these guys because we didn't prove them enough last time we chatted up with them. Orcs I don't want, I could sell them. Yeah, we got some orcs we can just get rid of. Offload onto them. There we go. I'll do a repeat.
Establishing
Again.
contact.
If you wish
And
to spend your
then
days
nothing new here,
squabbling
okay.
over resources, so be it.
I might give these guys good drift, just to make them happy. And we'll say hi
I
again
will
for the
help
next turn.
them.
offering support.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Okay, so I can let the bad stuff happen, which is bad, or I can pay money to try to mitigate some of it, which we'll do. And we'll come up here. What do we have damaged? We had one thing damaged. And interestingly enough, it was a thing that wasn't even done being built. Fine. Damage my farm. Space debris, damage the farm. At some point I'm gonna have to stop attacking those so we stop pissing the aliens off. Okay, so we got another... Should at some point stop attacking these, but they've got nice exotics in them, so we're
Heading
gonna go
to
after
the
them again
LZ.
because they've got exotics in them. Okay, looks like 2 more cycles to get molecular benefiction, because we slowed it down a bit by putting some investment into ultraviolet combat lasers. Okay, new alien in the
If you wish to
Congo.
spend your days squabbling over
it can
resources, so
do it.
be it.
Oh, I think they just initiated a trade with me. I don't really want that org, so you can take that org off the table. I only have the vortex drive. Can I take this off the table? Yeah. I don't really want your boost out. You can keep your boost. I will take your radioactives. You're selling radioactives. How much can I get off of you? 82? Maybe some of your precious metals? Yeah, not that much at least. Good. 80? We'll do like 40. Okay.
Reaching out. Chase your worthless gold if you must. Meanwhile, we will save the world.
We'll open a channel.
If you wish to spend your days squabbling over resources, so be it.
No, they don't have reusable rockets. Look at the reusable rockets. So as the responding to a Twitch chat here, he's saying, "Yikes! Having Humanity First having no space resources to trade is rough." I'm not 100% sure they don't actually have any space resources to trade. What I think is that because things they're completely unwilling to trade, don't show up. So my suspicion is they're not willing to sell me anything in that situation. Not that they don't have anything. Though I suppose that's very similar of a problem, right? Almost. They're more willing to trade things they have a lot of. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Humanity First probably has some stuff. So, can I see the resources? Yeah, they got thousands of metal, thousands of nobles. They're just not willing to sell me any of it right now.
We've moved the needle.
There we go. Once the cycle's done, we can take a look at what
Target
everyone
secure.
has. Opinion-wise of everyone else. Yeah, so I'm intolerant to everyone who isn't pro-alien at the moment. Oh, there's a molecular benefaction. We'll come back to this layer. Rapid distillation. Yeah, set that as a favorite. In fact, we'll probably just go ahead and do rapid distillation next. Because we need more of that. Okay, let's get back to Intel. Yeah. So we can see as initiative, I'm tolerance with them, tolerance with them, tolerance with them. Oh, I thought my non-aggression back had actually flown off there since it apparently hasn't. I'm tolerance with the Academy, which is slightly alien favoring. I'm in conflict and actually full-on at war with the servants, so I've kind of pissed off the pro-alien factions. But that's because I'm trying to kneecap them so they don't let the aliens onto the planet. We have support, we have tolerance. Servants are at war with everyone. Everyone doesn't like the servants, which isn't surprising. The protectorates are basically at war with everyone. They're technically only in conflict with me and the servants, and not full-out war. Well, as a neutral faction, or the Protectorates in this case, it is possible to be at peace with the servants. But like I've been doing negotiations with Humanity First and the Resistance Project Estes, you have to be overtly doing. You have to be doing a lot of that to keep them off the war state. Whereas I've been trying to suppress them so they don't have the aliens, and that's kind of why I'm in the state of war. And vice versa, the servants tend to do that to other people, right? They want the aliens to win, so they're gonna poke the bear for the other factions. Don't necessarily like to see that the Resistance and Humanity First are in conflict with each other. I'd like them to like each other a little bit more, but they don't. Apparently, I'm the most tolerated faction, which is good for me. So I got most of the other factions poking each other. Okay.
We'll recon the site.
Reporting in. Ready for my mission. Eyes on target.
Offering assistance. I will help them.
DNA repairs. We'll set that as favorite, because that's something if I don't have a good idea what I want, we'll do that. Okay, we got a breakthrough. So we're gonna grant a general opinion and boost across the world. And more on knowledge. Boost spaceflight program boost and mission control. Probably gonna do the off-Earth mining here. So this would be 5% more water volatiles, blah 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 blah. The big one there right now is volatiles. Though it is a little tempting to do ships build 5% faster, but if we can't afford to build a ship, then it doesn't make sense to have them build faster. So I'm gonna look with that one. Security chaining is done. How many more Xeno stuff I want to do down here? We're not in a rush to do Hadron Trap, which I think is antimatter stuff. Yeah, okay, so I think that's pretty much... We've got one more Xenotech to do, which I've been holding off on doing, which is actually the actual interrogation. On the other hand, I think we'll go ahead and do those DNA repairs and get all the councils to live another 10 years. That's expensive, it's going to take a long time, but...
Nothing unusual found.
Interesting. Does happen. There's a 14% chance
The
of
people
failure there,
will
right?
come to our site.
Well, I have a feeling that India 73 is about to die. We got 2 ships, they got 2 ships. The biggest drawback we got is we only got 12 torpedoes per ship. Which, based on how they've done their point defense in the past, that's probably not enough to overwhelm the defensive fire ships. So the fact that there's only 2 ships increases the likelihood we will. And these are our, I think, last-gen ships, so they don't have the adamantine frontal armor. So we're just going to fly in until they start taking invasive maneuvers, and then we're going to dump the missiles, the torpedoes at them. The Twitch chat just said, under advanced options, put them in intercept course, and like I can, and I just did, and you're gonna see that these things, these are flying bricks. They don't maneuver very quickly. One of the drawbacks with the using grid drive as an engine, not a lot of maneuverability. Well, we shot 24 torpedoes. One hit the target. That's all it took. All it required to take out an enemy ship. Okay, so at this point, you're out of rounds. Initiate disengage. Do what you can to disengage with your poor engine. Honestly, we're basically waiting for the enemy ship to turn around and come back for a second pass.
Recon complete.
Okay, so I want you to go ahead and take these
Taking
dogs
it
out of
to
the
them.
base.
Standing by.
You go check up in Luminous.
What's the op?
I'm actually going to do something I don't often do, which is I'm going to try to de-escalate the situation with the servants. I'm not going to take any more territory
Reaching
from them, so
out.
we can take advantage of that when we know where they are all the time to do chat missions over and over and over again.
Initiating contact.
For seeking to steal from our masters, you must be punished.
What projects do you have? Nothing I really want. Oof. I'm gonna bribe them. I'm gonna have to do a lot of work to bribe them. There we go.
Lend in my expertise.
Offering assistance.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
The LZ is secure. Acknowledged. Gear up.
Where to?
Establishing contact.
Oh, we're getting close to having United North America done.
Without
I'll
an
say there's a
ozone
few
layer
control
to
points
protect us
merging
from ultraviolet
Canada
light,
and USA.
life on our
Initiating contact.
You ignoble vampires are no concern of ours.
Establishing contact.
For seeking to steal from our masters, you must be punished.
I will help them.
Offering support.
Gallium Mist Radiator, we'll set that as favorite. That's not the one I want. I'd
Public
rather have
sentiment is
lithium.
increasingly with us.
Though it's interesting that was the first one to pop up of the two.
Score 1 for the good guys.
There's lithium spray. So we'll do that instead of the gallium one.
It's not about who has the biggest gun. Sometimes it's not even a...
Supercasters are done. Perhaps we can do arc lasers. Oh, I'm less interested in designer life forms. So let's pull our point out of there so we can focus on the other stuff. Oh, we lost track of the guy from the Protectorate, so we're gonna have to track down another Protectorate guy. No? Why? I thought I did repeat on that guy.
We'll open a channel. Reaching out.
You ignoble vampires are no concern of ours.
So I'm a little bit more willing to give stuff to the Protectorate. That may result in them generating military force. Because if they generate too much military force, they still draw the aggro of the aliens. So they gotta walk that fine line between being powerful enough to fight us, but weak enough to not piss the aliens off.
Making contact.
For seeking to steal from our masters, you must be punished.
Offering counsel.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
Laser, we're gonna want that. That heat sink, we'll probably want that. Might make a nice heat sink. There's the laser cannons, not too worried about that. Might do the phaser version of that. There's our United North America project. So with that, we know. So we basically pay 50% more science for something that's about, depending on how you define it, like 50% better. So we're going to pay 50% more science for that. So we actually don't care about you. And we'll go ahead and grab the lithium spray radiator. This is going to slow these techs down a little bit because we're sharing two different types. Not the same type. But it'll probably be fine in the midterm.
Target destroyed.
Oops. in that after the base I found. Oh, I got found.
Ready for orders. We're going in.
So yeah, been doing some relationship improvement with the factions. So we got these guys up to tolerance. We're still working on getting the servants out of the state of war, but it should be plausible we can get back to tolerance with them. Alien assault ship launches towards Earth, so we're gonna have our first landing. We'll see where they land.
You ignoble vampires are no concern of ours.
Reaching out.
For seeking to steal from our masters, you must be punished.
Offering assistance. I will help them.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Personal disagreements have flared up between two of our counselors. Or we're gonna just stab a bunch of little power to make the problem go away. Okay.
By the numbers.
Actually, how is the stability in our zones looking? Oh, the other thing I should do, and what I will do, go ahead and set national policy
On
in
my
the United
way
States.
to the capital.
Should be able to get these two to make a confederation, and then after the cooldown of that is done, merge them into one state.
Establishing contact.
You ignoble vampires are no concern of ours.
Oops. Don't give them all of that. That's going to be a problem if I do that. I'll be fine.
We'll open a channel.
For seeking to steal from our masters, you must be punished.
You know, we'll give them really terrible tries. Isn't going to work. I need to give you more?
Offering support.
Offering assistance.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
Policy direction complete.
of April, we'll be able to merge them into one. Alien facility detected once again in Brazil.
Going in hot.
Standing by for orders. I'll make an offer they can't refuse.
Standing by for orders.
Okay, looking at the time, this is probably where I should go ahead and put a part break in for YouTube. I actually want the part to go a little over. So if you're watching YouTube, there probably will be another part up tomorrow, because I think I'm going to record at least one more part tonight. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I'm going to go ahead and take a short break where I stretch the legs and drink a bit of tea, because I've left my tea from the last, end of the last, well, like, made the end of the last part, sitting here on my desk, pretty much untouched. So I'm going to take a moment to drink that tea between parts. So until the next part, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.